Hello there. I'm currently in a quarantine centre in the northwest of England after an exhausting journey from the epicenter of the coronavirus in Wuhan, China. The drive to the airport was scary. The usually busy streets of Wuhan were empty. I was worried some roads may be blocked or closed. Luckily, they weren't, and we made it to the checkpoint at 2 a.m. There, we met with the Foreign and Commonwealth Office representatives. As we got on the plane, all passengers were seated as far from each other as possible to decrease the chance of infected people spreading the virus. Nurses and doctors were on board, which eased our nerves. The 11-hour flight was a mix of relief and pure adrenaline. We were worried about our son flying at such a young age, but he was a champ and slept for most of the journey. The FCO officers continued to chat with all passengers to help put their minds at ease, which certainly helped a lot. We arrived at the Air Force Base in Brize Norton in the south of England at 1:30. We were then moved onto coaches where we were transported to a quarantine centre in the northwest of England and where I am now. Leaving the airbase, we were met by a bunch of photographers trying to get shots of us inside of the vehicles. It was then I realized that we would be part of news headlines for the next couple of weeks. Other passengers on the coach were giving phone interviews for what seemed like most of the journey, and I just hoped they were paid well after our long and arduous evacuation. I thought it was ridiculous that the coach drivers weren't offered to wear facial masks for the journey. We made it to the quarantine centre around 7:30 to welcoming cheers and were quickly processed and given an apartment which will be our homes for the next 2 weeks.